Welcome to another edition of Insights on the Streets. I am Tomi Lala. Today we'll be discussing about the 100 million litre of adulterated fuel which was imported into Nigeria a few weeks back. Many motorists, cyclists, industries have all complained about the damages to their engine due to this adulterated fuel. It has also caused fuel scarcity in some places like Ogun, Oyo, Lagos, Abuja and many other places. So today we are going to be asking about people's opinion and who they think we Nigerians should hold responsible for the importation of this adulterated fuel. Sit back and follow me to the streets.
In a civilized clime, the petroleum minister should either have resigned or be sacked. It shows that the ruling class in Nigeria is not serious. If the ruling class in Nigeria is serious, how will you? One, we are all producing country. Upon that, you cannot fix your refineries, and you continue to import toxic fuel into Nigeria. Is an indictment. A country that cannot fix its own security, a country that has mismanaged its economy, and a country that is importing toxic fuel into a country. Don't you know within 1 week you can assess the number of vehicles that have spoiled, despite the level of insecurity and poverty in the country. So it is very, very clear that Nigeria is an underdeveloped country. We are not rich. People think we are rich. We are not rich. But upon that, some of those people who work in the Federal Executive Council should be sacked, especially the petroleum minister. There should be no excuse. There are some ministers within that government that are up and be doing, but the petroleum minister continue to give excuses. What excuse will you give? Petroleum toxic fuel was imported into the country, and upon that you are giving excuses. And don't forget that for the past few years, it's only the NNPC that was importing fuel into the country. So what are you going to say? If you have given freedom for all these marketers to import fuels, a reasonable government will have arrested those who have imported that fuel. In China, let me tell you, if such thing happen in China, those who are responsible will be tied to the stake and killed. But in Nigeria, the petroleum minister has the effrontery to come before the whole world and continue to give excuses.
There's one thing, each time I listen to news and I listen to commentaries from different angles and different people, there's one thing everybody fail to hammer. Like, there's one thing they fail to talk. For crying out loud, the petroleum minister is Mr. President. The person holding the portfolio for the Ministry for Petroleum is Mr. President. Then we now have the ministry, the petroleum minister, the Minister for State for Petroleum, which is Tomi Lala.
Federal government should allow more refineries to come in. We should not actually, should we be importing fuel? We should not be importing fuels. So until we stop this importation and allow the refineries to actually refine our own oil, that's why we stop being slaves to those who are giving us this thing.
Mr. President should do a public apology to apologize to Nigeria because he holds that portfolio. That is his first portfolio. Before he immediately he took the mantle and the reign of leadership as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Before he appointed any ministry or minister, he accrued that ministry to himself as the minister for petroleum. So he should come out and apologize to Nigeria for what is going on currently. Cars are being destroyed, people who just bought new cars, before you know it, your engine has been knocked and all those kind of stuff. And yet there are no jobs. The country, people could merely survive, and they are adding more burden to the citizens. So it's very bad. So for me, I think that the first person to be made a scapegoat, or I don't want to use the word scapegoat so that let me be too fair, so that it will not be like I'm not being fair to the president, is for the president to come out and apologize for what is currently going on, and tell us what is going on with NNPC, and tell us why our refinery is not working, and they keep pumping money, they keep giving subvention, they keep pumping money in the Port Harcourt. I learned recently they've sent about how many trillion to bring back the Port Harcourt refinery upstream. They did that last year, they did that 2 years ago, they did that 4 years ago, and till today is nothing to write home about. Nothing. So I'm saying it that the only way for there to be a long-lasting solution is for them to decentralize NNPC. Allow those private companies that are interested. Look at the way they did NEPA, the way they decentralize it, they debunk it, and they allow private companies to take charge, take control. You understand? Once you invest on it, you invest so much, you don't want your business to go down the drain. And you know how federal government used to run their own business. They don't care whether it's working or it's not working. At the end of the month, you take your take-home pay. But if it's a private business, it is what you produce, it is what you give in that will determine what people who are working under you will take home.
Epo tí ọ̀dà ni wọ́n gbé wá, ọkọ̀ àkáǹtì ẹ̀ takú sórí òkè, kò sí tá a ṣe tán bẹ̀, ká tó wá gẹ̀ẹ́jẹ̀ pépo ni, àwa fọ epo yẹn wá dàbí ọjọ́ karosíìnì, ọjọ́ kẹta, òṣèlú nìyẹn. Ìjọba náà ló ní gbogbo ayé, ló ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà báyìí, àbí inú ìjọba lèmi náà wà. Ṣùgbọ́n tí ìjọba lè ṣe ni pé kí wọ́n bá wọ́n náà, kí wọ́n bá wa tún ṣe. Because a ti gbà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà, bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ra epo níjọ́ ẹnu sàlẹ́sọ̀ white ni, tí ọ̀wẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n lóde òní láti gbà wọ́n ti ta epo yẹn epo tí wọ́n ti jẹ́ orílẹ̀ táwọn olórílẹ̀-èdè ìlà ń pè ní regular ńgbà kan tí tọkọ ọmọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kàkàkàkà ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn àti àgbàkámú fún ọba epo ọba àlọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ Haúsá kò ní white kankan yóò dúdú abidun bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àti gbà pé bọ́lọ̀ṣẹ̀ pété lórílẹ̀-èdè ni kọ́nà bá wa tó orílẹ̀-èdè sí.
Gbogbo epo jẹ́ ń gbé fún wa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nù wọn lómi pọ̀ nù táǹkì wọn ó dẹ̀ ń ba machine jẹ́ tó dórí mọ́tò ifun táwálé a máa ka lè pọ̀ á ti rí 5, 6, 7 lóṣogbo tí wọ́n ti ń ta bí omi nǹkan kan ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́ọ̀bẹ lè jùmọ̀ rẹ̀ bí gbogbo mọ́tò ṣe ń bàjẹ́ ẹlòmíín dá owó páàtì pé kí o lọ ra páàtì míì máa ń dá padà ààrẹ lòmíín dá padà ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀rísùn ọlọ́ọ̀nìkan ní ṣàánú wa nípa nǹkan tá à ń lò báyìí gbogbo nǹkan wa tó déńdín ó ṣàǹbàjẹ́ lẹ́nu kan ṣá. a lè sọ pé ìjọba rẹ̀ lè sọ pé a lè mú ìjọba ṣùgbọ́n nípa gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ọwọ́ ìjọba náà ló ti wọ́ wá torí tí mo bá máa gbé kinní táǹkà epo tí ò dáa fún wọn mo lè máa já inú kòtò àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń gbé fún wọn náà má mọ̀ pé epo tí wọ́n ń gbé fún wọn kò dáa tí wọ́n fi wá ń já sínú kòtò tí wọ́n fi ń ta fara lù. epo wọn àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń sọ́fà tí ó dẹ̀ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ìjọba ó ṣe fa kí ó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ni kí ó má máa fi epo yẹn kí ó má máa fi ba nǹkan tí ìwà jẹ́ kí ó bá wá solution sí gbogbo ẹ̀.
Welcome back from the streets. I'm sure you have all watched and listened to the opinions of people on the streets. Some majority of the people has put the blame on the federal government, and they have also summoned the federal government to help them find a lasting solution to this adulterated fuel. That will be all for today. Make sure you join us next time for another exciting edition. I am Tomi Lala. Thank you.